Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about another perk, which is my favorite one in Killing Floor 2, which is the sharpshooter. So this guy is oriented to new players and some players who may have several hundreds of hours of gameplay, which have already, I believe, they have already familiarized with the most of the gameplay mechanics. So let's talk about the passive skills of a sharpshooter. Probably is the least among the all 10 perks, which is the consider you a level 25 sharp. You can get extra 25% of headshot damage. Now notice that this 25% only applies to headshots, while other perks like the support, commando, as well as the gunslinger, they all get 25% of perk weapon damage, regardless of the head damage or the body damage. However, for the sharpshooter, it only applies to those 25% only applies to headshots. So that means that you have to score headshots as frequent as possible. For the second one that we call is reduced by 25%, which can help you to terminate big sets quite more easily. Extra weapon switch speed also implies that the time that you draw out your magic syringe to heal yourself is also faster. So actually, one of my biggest reasons that I love sharpshooter is due to he has a two distinct playstyle. One is the giant big set hunter, which is covered by the left side of his skills, while the right side of the skill tree makes you a more mobile and a generalist, which is quite good at dealing with all kinds of sets. However, the trade-off is you cannot terminate a big set in one or two headshots. So that means the left side skill tree is increase your damage output, but at the cost of being stationary and crouching as well as ADS. While the right side of the skills makes you become more mobile if you don't trust your teammates. So you can choose this side of skills and probably you can survive the wave more easily since your trash handling ability is greatly increased due to increased reload speed of perk weapons and increased fire rate. So the extra 100% of the stun power is quite useful for you to handle big sets if you are not familiar with their attacking patterns. So let's start with the left side of the skill tree, which is my personal favorite, a big set Terminator. So generally, your weapon loadouts need to synergize with your perk skills. So for instance, this is one kind of loadout, which is a complete large set specialization. The SPX is for trash, but trash sets are for the trash killing perks like the commando, which I have covered in the previous episode. So your major job is to handle those medium and big sets. But first, top priority, of course, is those big sets. So an upgraded railgun and a SPX is one kind of loadout. A Magnum, as well as a dual pistols, allows you to trash clear slightly better.
I've got a spare weapon.
Another big set, people call it loop gun, is the M99. But if you choose M99, it leaves you no space for an SPX. You can only carry a Magnum, which is great self-defense weapon. But if you choose M99, you need to synergize with increased reload speed as well as the extra 25% more ammo. The extra 5 bullets means 5 more scrigs.
Anyone need a weapon?
So let's start with the railgun first. So in the the railgun used to be one shot is great, but now it no longer
Why
does.
always the chainsaw?
You need to have a follow-up shot. Of course, both needs to be headshot. Or you can use the 9mm to get some red gem up first.
Scrake!
Again. Oh, oops. You can do this without getting hit if you maintain a safe distance with those big sets.
Reloading. Hold on.
So for Flash Pound, it requires 2 shots.
Miststück.
Wait. The second shot you can use the auto aim. The auto aim mode is default is the middle mouse button. But it leaves the body. So yeah, just try to use the manual aim because the auto aim reduces the damage by half.
Flash pounds so big.
If you are good, you can apply the reload cancelling to immediately decap a flash pound.
New mag in. Careful. Reloading.
The railgun is extremely powerful with reload cancelling, which allows you to reach around 2000
New
DPS,
mag in.
the maximum possible. So
Got a spare
that's one
weapon?
build. And for the M99, yes. This is for self-defense, while this one is quite easy. You just crouch, stay still, ADS, boom. You got a Scrag killed.
Yes.
But you don't need to ADS if they are too close. You can no-scope them.
Hate Scrakes.
Yeah, but still this weapon cannot one-shot a flash pound. If you choose this skill loadout, it can, but it requires, if I remembered correctly, full rack them up together with the set time kicks in. But consider how low the chance could be, so I prefer the tactical reload.
Zone.
You don't need to use 2 rounds of M99, you can just one M99 shot to follow up by using 2 magnums. 2 shots of magnum. Oops. Yeah. But it leaves the body again, so
Careful. Reloading.
yeah, it's not the cleanest kill.
Did someone insult that one's mother?
Because if you get too close, that hit can
Good kill.
kill you if you are. It could possibly kill you if you have lower than around. If you have around 50 HP. So this is quite risky. So the SPA is actually a great weapon for the medium sets. So provided that your commando or the SWAT can cover you well by eliminating all those trash sets, such as these 3 slashers, cysts, stalkers, crawlers. So you just have to handle these bloats, husks, sirens, and if possible, gorfins. You can eliminate all of these enemies in one headshot. See? 1 decap. Gorfin, 1 shot. Same for the husk and siren. Yes. If you have all of your skills left side, because if you have this one, that means you have lost 10% in the first shot. You cannot kill a husk cleanly.
Reloading.
See? That extra 10% is quite important for dealing with those non-range enemies like this wanker. So same applies to the EDARs. Those fucking robots, they only require 1 single accurate shot to their chest core in order to eliminate them. So for the boss wave, I always go for the railgun because it can dish out a high amount of damage. For example, take Patty as an example.
New mag in. Yeah. Reloading.
The DPS is quite absurdly scary.
I'll still find you.
Yes, about 30 shots if you have reload cancelling. This is 6-player, by the way. 6-player Hell on Earth difficulty.
You wagon.
Or is he that an armed rabble division? Superior to that.
So just let me kill the Patriot first. So the railgun and the M99 is a big set hunter build, but for those who are quite new to this game, I prefer using the right side of the skill first. But at the same time, you need to memorize or learn about the raging and attacking animation of these big sets. So the M14 is a must if you go a mobile marksman build. Usually, people may pair M14 with a FM file because both of them are fully automatic and max fat gun. With reload cancelling, it allows you quite a high
I need
DPS.
a weapon.
So
Got a
another
spare
one
weapon.
is M14 and center fire.
What if you need a weapon?
Center fire is for
Got a
big sets,
spare
and 14 is for those trashes. This one you can use either of them as a big set hunter. This is quite general, as both of the guns can deal with all kinds of set quite easily. So for some CD players, those who play controlled difficulties, this is a build. The M14 is a general for killing trash because when people play CD, they often need to hold a lane by himself. So yeah, you need to cover all kinds of enemy by holding one lane. So yeah, this one is for trash, or you can use it for everything. These two guns, Magnum and SP, is just for follow-up if you run out of M14. Sorry, backup weapons. Sorry, not follow-up. So a relatively old-fashioned build is the M14 and crossbow. And the crossbow used to be able to stun a big set unlimitedly. But now the stun has a cooldown effect. So it no longer constantly stun a big set. So let's start with the M14 and FAL build. So if you're quite new to this game, you can choose all right size skills. It allows you to stun a squid
Break.
in 4 shots, if I remember. Yeah, just 4 to 5 shots. A stun squid is quite easy to headshot, right? Frozen enemy. Also, you have the best nade in the whole game, the freeze nades. But considering how
Why always the change?
the huge number of squigs spawning in a Hell on Earth match, so it's better for you to save those nades if multiple big sets are spawning together, such as a 5 squigs, I guess. 3 to 5, you need to freeze them.
Taste, Mother Russia. Hold on, reloading. Scheiße.
But you know, it almost take a whole mag to kill a big set, so I will talk about later. You need to mix and match those two skills if you really wanted to be a big set hunter
There you are, flesh.
by using the M14 build. It is extremely difficult to stun a flashbang because he has been raged before the stunning threshold is attained. So usually, um, with regard to a quite a professional, which I call him the big brain of the Killing Floor 2 community. He is called Simple Rabbit, I guess. Or you can call him Rango. I will link his YouTube channel down in the description. He is quite experienced with quite famous. He's a port guy as well as the berserker guide. He's quite famous and I find it quite useful. So you can visit his channel and have a watch at his videos about the support and the berserker. Now, this skill configuration is suggested by many players, which is quite useful. By combining the marksman and red them up, you can dish out a large amount of DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, Strasser agrees. Yeah. So consider I'm using this build. So some of the pro players, I said, prefer fully upgraded SPX together with the M14. So by using this skill, you have to crouch, and sometimes you have to ADS. Yeah, you can kill a squid in around 10 shots. For the flesh pound,
Achtung, Flashpound!
yeah, I missed few of the bullets. It's just around 13 to 15 shots. But this one, in this build, the center fire is just for. This one should be for big sets, while this one is for the trashes, such as those I've mentioned before, the slasher or all kinds of small to medium sets. So, what's OP about this gun is that it can free shot a Scrake, provided that you have 2 or more wrapped up. But this I don't have it now, so it is a 4 shot. But set time kicks in is still a 3 shot. So that means you can handle multiple Scrakes within a mag.
Just like being in a vault.
Yes, that's a 3 shot. Let's try this again. If you are not confident, you can use the lime to get some red them up first. Just crouch, you don't have to ADS. Or you can use the M14 to finish the first one first.
Reloading.
This is super effective against Grace, but it costs a lot, right? The major drawback of this game is a tube fat gun instead of the M14, which is mag fat. For a flash pound, it's a 5 shot. Yeah, so for the crossbow build, it can stun if you choose all right side skills, it can stun a flash pound immediately before he is raged.
There you are, Flesh Pound.
It's a 6 shot for a flash pound. And I guess if I remembered correctly, it's a 4 to 5.
Now you know Strasser.
See? Oh, shit. Yes, the stun has some sort of cooldown.
Strike.
Yeah, it's 5 shot. So as a sharpshooter, it depends your team composition. If you don't believe your teammates or they cannot even keep trash away from you, it's better to go for the M14 build. Or if you are playing in control difficulty server, yes, it's better to choose the M14 or the FM5. So if your teammates can cover you really well by keeping all those trash sets away from you, you can use the railgun or the M99 build to terminate a big set in one or two perfectly timed headshots. So here is some extra tips here. You can handle multiple big sets by using your extremely OP railgun.
Why always the chainsaw?
So that consider it's a
Target eliminated. Hurry, hurry, hurry!
I forgot to turn off the auto aim. That's why. Yeah, that's why you need to always remember to turn off the auto aim, because when you pick a railgun up or you buy it from trader, the default mode is the auto aim mode. You have to press the middle mouse button to reset it to manual mode, so it does twice the damage as the auto aim. So consider multiple scrigs are spawning. You can use your lineman and then no scope and scrig. So also, even though 3 flash pound is not a problem, you can freeze them. You don't have to make a quick follow-up shot. You can wait for the raging animation to finish. Again, let me try this one again. It's a 3 flash pound, the most horrifying spawning pattern on Hell on Earth.
Target eliminated.
Yeah, even 3 flash pound is not a problem by using this railgun together with the minimization of the reload cancelling. Yeah, so let's take sharpshooter into the it's time to put theory into practice. So again, I will choose the map corridor Hell on Earth short 4 waves. Just a solo, but things will get much complicated in wave. I should do a long game, right? Because I believe most of the players will play long. So I believe this is gonna be a long video. So let's start. So usually for the Winchester, since it's a tube fat gun, so I will usually use this loadout for the first wave, because the reload speed is so important for those tube fat guns such as the Winchester and the SPX. So let's go. Yeah, this is the KF corridor created by probably the most famous Killing Floor 2 pro player called Fat Cat. You can search for his YouTube channel, link in the description again.
Lock and load.
You can use your line mill for trash sets. So in my opinion, in the first wave, you have to compete with other perks for those treasures, because you really need that money for the tier 3 or even tier 4 guns such as the railgun and the M14.
Just like being in a foxhole. Now you.
If you get surrounded, you can use your Winchester to body shot them. It's also a run body shot. So for those, yes, excuse me, for those routers, it's also a one headshot. because the Winchester has some sort of penetration in it. So if you choose sniper and stability, it allows you to one-shot a router. So you don't have to worry about those mother, you know what I mean? Those sets to cheering up. I don't know the right word, to buff the set so that they will have the sets will have increased movement speed and attacking damage if they are buffed by the router. So for the bloat is a 2 shot from the Winchester.
Yes. Do you like the mess I made? No.
Yes, just again, memorizing the number of shots required to kill a set is very important.
Yeah. Schweinehund.
For all these treasures, is a 1 shot, even head or the body. But for the go fast, it must be a headshot.
Make for the pod and gear up.
So, first wave completed, you can go to the trader. So if you want to be a big set killer, and you have to keep using the Winchester until you can afford the railgun, or even the M99. So here is a strat, a rebuy strat. So if you have your Winchester ammo pool lower than 30, I guess just less than 60, you can sell your gun and rebuy it. So you get extra ammos from just buying the gun from the trader. So again, if you have enough time, find some ammo bots that may appear around the map.
Bonjour. Come and get your tools of trade.
Danke.
If you feel unsafe, you can buy an extra line mills because it has a doubled fire rate, allows you to trash clear better.
Target in. Verpiss dich, dead meat! Have you? Oh, Scheiße!
For Golfing, it's a 1 shot. I hit his blade. That's why I hate Somersets. For Go Fast and Golfing, if you hit the cross section of the blade, it's not a headshot, even though you aimed for the head. For Huss, it's a 2 headshots.
Wahres Massaker. Oh, Scheiße!
I fucking hate these robots.
Nearly cleared this batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pod soon.
It's actually a 1 shot to their chest core. Actually, for the Winchester, you have to try to keep your mag size at least 1, because if you empty your mag, this animation, see again, this animation is quite slow. If you don't have the tactical reload, again I will show you. This one reload takes around almost 0.4 seconds. It's quite painful. While this reload, it takes 0.2 per mag per bullet. Sorry.
You're running low on
So
ammo.
since this is a solo, I don't have a commando or SWAT to cover me by killing those trash sets. So
Buy some.
I'll use the high DPS maximum build suggested by the Wrangle.
I'll take the M14. Agreed.
I suggest you purchase armor.
So the sharpshooter, the major utility of the sharpshooter is to trigger set time due to his level 25 skills. By scoring headshots constantly to the set, this can trigger set time more frequently so that the commando can stand it. So while this While Commando extending set time, the Gunslinger can absolutely demolish everything in his line of sight. So Commando, Gunslinger, and Sharpshooter are the best trios in the game, I could say.
Oh mon Dieu. Buy some armor. I need you alive and in one piece.
Dead, I'm close. Let's make you dance. Worth the Ardennes, yeah? M14, see? Come here.
It's a one shot. It can one shot routers if you have enough red them up. Yeah, it's one shot. That's why by pairing marksman with red them up, together with using M14,
Very good rifle, no?
that allows you a very high DPS. You may wonder why this grid is so easy to kill, because it's just solo.
See?
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up.
Ammo. I'll take the M14.
You like being shooted to pieces?
So in
Buy
this game,
armor.
I will go for the SPX and M14 loadout.
Break time's over. Get back to work.
This one is for
All
those
Zeds
big sets, while
inbound.
this one is for trash clear. But actually, you can use both for the same purpose. But it's much better for use M14 since it is a mag fat gun.
Very good rifle, no? What's your step? Floor slippery.
Again, try to reload when you have one bullet left, because this animation, reloading the first bullet, took so long. Look at that. It's a pain in the ass. You can one shot every medium says once you have enough red them up. Oh god.
That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply.
Oh,
You can upgrade your EBR if you want, but fully upgraded SPX is such a really OP weapon, even though it's a too-fat weapon. So, but on lower difficulties, you may try other
Sets on the way.
combinations.
Start to wrap things up, as they
Sharpshooter
say.
is quite a versatile perk. It's probably one of the most versatile perk with very diverse loadouts together with the Gunslinger.
ammunition. I'll take the M14.
Then take the M14, not the...
Go kill some Zeds.
low. No. Yeah, just try to score headshots. Even though I'm not that good in headshots,
Watch your step. The floor slippery.
there's one shot for EDR for those robots. If you hit the chest core,
Now no start. Do shoot down.
it won't be that easy on multiplayer. Though. Ow!
Yeah, a very good rifle, no?
Nearly cleared this batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pod soon.
Mist stimmen. It's like the Ardennes, yeah?
If you constantly using your SPX, you may likely to get your lanes pushed.
Perfect. Pod is open again.
Just try to use
Let's
the
get you
M14 as
restocked.
much as possible.
14.
If you are
You're a
really
real
really
survivor.
run out with
Good
M14,
for
then
you.
consider the SPX as your backup weapon. So I will try the big set hunter build. So big set hunter build usually synergize well with all left skills or the tactical reload. So in this case, I will go for Magnum, railgun, and the
Found
double
ammo.
line mills. So an upgraded railgun only deals
That says on the scope.
560 damage.
Must close the pod very soon.
The upgraded increased the damage by 25%. That means 700 base damage. It used to it used to be 750. That extra 50 allows you to one shot a script on any difficulty, provided that it is a 6-player. But
I'm about to close the pod.
you know,
Ammunition.
tripwire things just left everything to hell once the upgraded system came out.
Break time's over.
But still,
Get back to work.
it
More
can
Zeds
two-shot
inbound.
a Scrake and two-shot a Flesh Pound, which is quite attractive.
Watch out. Target eliminated.
Oh, I'm constantly missing shots. What the fuck?
Dented down numbers, but there are plenty left.
The dough line mills allows you to trash clear better.
I'm shot. The mess I made.
You also one-shot a EDR. All those husks is also one-shot.
I see it.
If you hit the head.
Yes. Let down. Good.
But it has very high penetration, the Magnum. It can penetrate through 3 crawlers, which is kinda OP. Because these crawlers are spawning at the maximum of 6.
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trader pod for you.
Those sirens are one shot. So for the railguns, it's a solo, so it's a one shot.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up. I'm impressed by your survival instinct out there. Glad you made it back.
So I will
Don't
switch
lose
back
on
to
anything.
a generalist build by using the M14 and the FM file. Well, why does ammo
Final choices,
bosses
people.
keep spawning?
Enemies on the scope.
Oh, by the way, you can overcap your guns. Again, same strat as the commando. During the trader time, switch from dead eye to always prepared. Buy ammo. Throw your guns onto the ground. Switch back and pick it up, so you can enjoy both skills.
I'll take the M14.
But remember, change the skill first.
Port's closed. Go make a difference.
Oh fuck me. But never mind, so solo. So
Just like being in a box. Do you like the mess I made? Now you know starter.
once you get to 5 red them up, you can absolutely demolish everything.
Right here. Virus massacre.
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked. Killing a Scrag is never easy, but you did it well.
Now again, reload cancelling is quite important on sharpshooter.
Zigged.
Again, when the mag has been put into the gun, just press V and mouse 1.
So
Yeah, just like that.
yes. Can you see? Now you know starter.
Oh, you see that? Oh,
Yes.
if you have too much big sets, you can throw a freeze nade. Frozen sets are much easier to handle.
Did it. Now you know starter. I see it. Oh, Scheiße! Yeah, very good rifle, no? Blut fließt frei hier. Prost!
If the score is close enough, you can use the full auto mode of the FM file, but the recoil is absurdly high. It's just lucky the set time gets there. Guessing appropriate timing.
Boom. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. You're a real survivor. Good for you. Have you checked your ammo?
I guess I will fully upgrade this gun. and just as a backup.
I'll take the M14.
Break time's over.
If you find this
Get back to
video
work.
quite long and
Moses
disturbing, you can stop it from now actually, because I will just use my railgun and try my best to kill the boss. So this is the various for QP is the same strat, just score headshots.
A certain stout, but many Zeds remain.
Very good rifle, no? Watch your step. Throw it.
So if you ask me, the two build is one is not better than the other, but still I prefer the traditional campy sniper build. Because the effectiveness in killing those big sets is extremely ridiculous. So the two of the biggest enemies can be killed in one or two headshots. Imagine how OP that is. And that's why I love the sharpshooter. Oh, I scored. Look at this reload. The dry reload is so fucking long. So just try your best to keep at least one bullet in your 2
That's the
seconds.
last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply. Get yourself fixed up. You look terrible.
Dunk.
You earned the money. Now spend it.
So here goes the
Take
last
M14.
wave.
Time's up.
Here comes,
Go
right?
kill some Zeds.
My English is not that good. Hope you guys bear with me.
Ja, Schweinehund. An M14 sehen.
Wait, what?
Yes. Blut. Fließt frei hier.
Oh wow, really? I fucking hate gas crawlers. Actually, I hate the upgrade system the most. Secondly is the robots, and thirdly is the gas crawlers.
Rechts auf.
The fourth is the router. Because that's a long story I don't want to talk about here.
Sohn. Someone has out that one's mother? Do you like the mess I made? Now you know Straße. One less eye.
You have a big battle coming up. This
Yeah,
will
for
be
the boss
an
wave,
investment.
I will usually go all left side skill, but you can overcap the railgun.
You
If
know
your
how to
teammate is
stay
kind
alive out
enough, you can buy extra one more onto the ground. If you run out of the 40 ammo, that means you have 80 bullets of the railgun, which can dish out absurd amount of damage. Usually I will pair it with a medic gun, pistol or SMG with the dual line mules, so you can afford. I will use this loadout for the boss. Because you can use your dual line mules to get some red jump up on the boss first, then you will have extra 50% of damage. But usually it's quite hard to keep stationary while killing the boss as he can target you, especially the Patriarch, so you may have to keep moving while dealing with the boss using the railgun. But that 25% is just so attractive that I can't even deny it unless I'm using the M14, then I have to go for the marksman. So let's see whether I can beat the boss.
Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
Oh, it's the patty. Oh.
I'm back, and I've got some new tricks.
It's quite hard to spot him if your team doesn't have a commando, but oh, where is he? Oh, that's a GG, right?
This is
Yeah, I think that's really it.